always had a common difference between each term, which means you were adding or subtracting each time. Geometric is just the constant rate, which means there's going to be a multiplier. You're going to multiply by a whole number, you're going to multiply by a fraction.
Is this going to be like this?
No, but that's why it only takes a couple minutes to talk a little about it. So what we wind up here is that geometric has a constant rate. Think multiplier. Your nth term is going to be defined by your first term times your rate to the n minus 1. Your rate could be 4. Your rate could be 7. Your rate could be negative 1/3. No, it's just some rate. It's just some common multiplier. Yep, some common multiplier. It doesn't have to be a percent. It could be a percent, could be a decimal, could be a fraction, could be a whole number, could be anything. You could be multiplying by pi if you want. It's good times. Right. So what will happen then is that we're going to look at a sequence.
You'll never get money. I'm going to be able to just put it on the text line and read it. I did last week.
We'll be able to look at a sequence. In this case, I'll say it's 5, 15, 45, 135, and be able to write out the rule. Excellent.
Do what?
The way that we distinguish whether or not something is arithmetic or geometric. Arithmetic, we figured out we just subtract consecutive terms to get the common difference. Here you're going to divide. Your rate is going to be 15 over 5, which should be 45 over 15, which should be 135 over 45. All of these should be the same if it's going to be geometric. If they're not the same, it's not geometric. What's the rate? 3. What's your first term? 5. So the rule, your nth term would be first term 5 times the rate of 3 to the n minus 1. And there's your rule. Yeah. Yeah. It is really that simple. The goofiest. Well, let's do one more real quick. Oh. What's the rate? Your rate's negative 4. What's your first term?
6.
Nth rule, 6 times negative 4, the n minus 1. I will suggest that when you are using your calculator, if you had to find like the 15th term in the sequence or whatnot, when you're using these and you've got a negative value for your rates, be sure to put it in parentheses in your calculator before you figure it out. So if I wanted to figure out what's the 15th term in that sequence, in my calculator I would just type in 6 times parentheses negative 4 to the 15 minus 1. 6 times, bless you,
Bless you.
parentheses. And where's my to the, what was our exponent? 15 to 150.
15 minus 1.
Do you think we could do 15 minus 1 in our heads?
Probably
not.
It's a difficult task, but I think all of you guys have 10 fingers and you probably have 10 toes.
Except for
So-
Jack here.
Well, if you're wearing sandals, it's very helpful. So you just have to sit on one of your feet, and then you can count.
Sit on your feet. How do you sit on your feet?
If you want.
Do that? No, toes
How
first.
do you sit on
Those
your
are
feet?
gross, like,
Yes.
and like, the lungs down.
So there's the 15th term in that sequence.
But now
Like,
you're
thighs
sitting.
and knees and toes, like,
Look, it's supposed to be
Like head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
not heads and
It's
shoulders.
like,
Knees and toes.
Like
Knees
goose
and
and
toes are gross.
geese.
Like, toes are
They
just so
should do that,
gross.
and then I eat it.
This is very possible.
Now, I am going to make one little scary idea here.
Uh-oh. I don't want it. Does it have to do with fractions?
No.
Okay.
Cameron, I'm not getting painted tomorrow, I'm taking it now. It's like, oh, I got all my hairs cut.
Hey, me too. What's a ball called?
If I need to write out the rule, in this case I've got the 3rd term and the 6th term. I need to figure
The
out,
system of equation thing or no?
yeah,
Oh, yeah, I'm so smart.
SMRT.
Look at Chandler, he's so mean. Is Jack over?
Yes, I was.
yeah, sure.
Wow. I was in biology with you.
That's good.
So we
I
know
talked to Jack this morning too.
that
Wait,
the
which-
3rd term is going to be the 1st term times the rate to the 3 minus 1. What is the 3rd term? Okay, so I know that happens. No, but I do the same thing on the other side. I know that the nth rule, so that the 6th term is going to be the 1st term times r to the 6 minus 1. I know that the 6th term is negative 64, which is my 1st term times my rate to the 5th power. And now you're at a point where you've got 2 equations with 2 variables, but in this case, since they're being multiplied, you can't do an elimination method. This is where you use substitution. You want to get the 1st term here by itself. How do you undo multiply? Divide. So I know that 8 over r squared is the 1st term. I'm solving a literal equation here. So now I take this, and I substitute it there. Okay. So now I have the negative 64 is 8 over r squared times r to the 5th, which I can simplify. What do you get? What's r to the 5th over r squared?
R to the 3rd.
R cubed. So negative 64 is 8r cubed. 2 steps. Divide by 8. And what's the cubed root of negative 8?
2, negative 2.
Negative 2.
I feel like you put that on.
It's pretty easy. So there's your rate, and now how do you figure out your 1st term?
Look at that.
How are you doing electrical work?
Just substitute.
Wow.
I don't get it.
Yes, we get it, man.
I'm not
I
teaching.
think
I was
that's
just
it.
gonna ask you
Plug
that.
it back. Wait,
She gets it. No, I really don't.
We replace.
you plug it back in.
Yeah,
Are you
plug it
plugging
in.
it forward? Plug.
Oh. Funny.
I mean, oh.
What's your first term?
-2. No.
We don't know.
First term's 2.
Oh, yeah, because 2's squared is 4.
So your nth term will be 2 times -2 to the n minus 1. And that's about as complicated as this gets. Okay, it really does. Tomorrow when we talk about sequence, or the series version of this, we have to use, we're going to solve for an exponent. Remember how we solved for exponents a long time ago? Galaxy far, far away.
No. I'm gonna tell you.
Logarithms.
Oh, God, no.
It's a button on your calculator.
I like it.
Fine, I'll give you a table and you have to use a table. Everybody else, you can use your calculator. You're welcome.
This photo last year told us like how you guys spreadsheet guys. The bases, long bases.
That's all it is. You just change the log base. I'm not throwing this on there tomorrow, but just so you guys see, I mean, like I said, you can kind of attest that it's pretty stinking simple. You guys know Christ can put on 91927 there.
So we do the 9.
If you want to start on it, that's fine.
Not really. So I saw these girls.
Sure. Let's go look for some right now.
Still alive.
And one girl like
Some of the time when Jacob just when? Like, yeah, like, because I just saw him at Walmart the other day. What did they bring up? They've been together for like ever. Like, they went to fish because they were in our group.
I thought you said mother.
Wait, what? Really?
But it's an open hand.
Oh.
But did you need that unit?
I see it. Two more. Oh, Madeline. Sorry, I didn't realize you.
Don't judge me.
See, this is the
Buy me a
girl
new
that
pair
made
then.
this girl.
Buy me a new pair.
That's what that girl didn't say it.
What movie is that from?
Hey, thank you. Hey, you're welcome. Just stay in.
No.
You want to pull your right now? Anybody else need to charge it off?
Murphy, how was your weekend?
It was good, thank you. How was yours?
It was good. I went to Justin Bieber concert.
You went to what?
The Justin Bieber concert.
Okay.
What did you do?
Me?